you very much for joining this first virtual meeting for the Day of Photonics 2014. So it's very interesting to have on a phone call like this one a lot of participants from various countries. As you may have noticed, I didn't specify Day of Photonics was international, national, global, just didn't mention it. I would just say that it is not country specific. Now the first question you may be wondering is why a Day of Photonics? Well, I think that there is a need to promote photonics. Just the term photonics. I think that people know about photovoltaic, they know the word photovoltaic, they know about LED lighting, they know about lasers. You know, my wife has a laser epilator. Some people know about the fibers. You see the trucks in the street installing optical fibers across the houses, but they do not yet make the connection. I think most people are with photonics. Now, why is that an issue? Well, maybe not an issue, but an opportunity is that when people understand photonics, they see how photonics is everywhere, politicians will pay attention to that, and we may be overall getting better support. So I think that we cannot knock on the door of politicians and tell them, I'm lighting, I'm photovoltaic, I'm lasers, I'm that and that. They just need to see that photonics is like electronics. And of course we could be using optoelectronics or some other kind of wording, but I really like the similarity, electronics, photonics, you know, electrons and photons. So the reason for having a Day of Photonics is to emphasize the word photonics. And the event will be annual or every 2 years. I think it's to be decided, but it will be a regular event. As every salesperson knows, you have to knock more than once on the door for people to kind of absorb and welcome that. So it will be a regular event. How often we'll define, but at least every 2 years. So that's the background of a Day of Photonics. Promote the word of photonics and have it regularly. Now, what will happen on the Day of Photonics? Well, originally, and this is something that I was inspired because in a lot of countries you have Day of Industry, Day of this, Day of that, and I was thinking of calling it the Photonics Open Days, where companies would open their doors to the general public. Remember, the objective here is to reach out to the general public, not to industry. But then I had companies saying, listen, we'd love to support, but we have nothing to show. So, well, indeed, they want to support, they cannot open their doors to the public, so let's call it Day of Photonics. 21st of October, very simple messaging. Now, what is going to happen? It's a combination of several things. There will be flagship events happening. So most likely, or anywhere, anyone can coordinate a flagship, let's say a bigger event. And then there will be all the companies that are supporting that will open their door, can open their door if they want to the general public. So if you're in, for instance, located in a technopark, you may be willing to put posters on the neighbors, you know, these other offices and say, listen, ever wondered what we do here across the hall? Come and see us 21st of October, 5 o'clock, and organize a drink. If you have no neighbors, then maybe you want to organize something for families and friends. It's the chance for everyone, to children, to come by and see where daddy or mommy is working. And if all of that is not inspiring you, well, you can just have a drink with your colleagues. But all in all, I would say it's going to be a bottom-up approach, that every company, any person, anybody, a school can organize something on that day. We'll be also asking all the student chapters to go out indeed to schools, so to promote photonics. The role of us as coordinators of all of this is to provide supporting material. There is no way that any organization can be into 100, 500, 1,000 places on the same day, but all collectively together we can. So what we can do is to provide presentations, templates, invitation letters, posters, all this kind of material that is available then for the companies to then use. So that is what is going to happen on the Day of Photonics. Now, specifically for the national contact points, you can see that we have selected. There are about 20, 30 of them listed on the website. Well, listen, it's although industry is speaking English, there is a very strong local flavor for when it comes to maybe more reaching out to the general public with the newspapers, with the television, and so forth. Why do I mention newspapers and television? Because that is the objective. The objective is to reach out to the public at large, and there is no better way than to use media over there. So that is available. So that is the reason why we're going for a global collective action on one day, one time, and that is when if we want to attract the attention of the media, that's what we can do. And EPIC will be supporting or coordinating so that we have support of those local partners. So it will be very much a down approach, and we will just be helping and being available to support anyone who wants to organize something on that day. The role of national contact points, well, there is only one single obligation, and the obligation really is that you have to be responsive to anyone who contacts you with a request for the day of photonics. That's that's being a contact point. But apart of that, other things that if you want to, so this is facultatory, you don't have to, but if you want to, you can help promote, engage your local community, your national contacts, whoever you want to participate and support Day of Photonics. You may be willing to coordinate a flagship event, or you may be willing to reach out to politicians and try to get a testimonial from them on what is the Day of Photonics. So all in all, I think that Day of Photonics needs to belong to industry, to the whole world. It's something where all collectively we can reach out and promote photonics and the benefits and the applications and why our industry is so important. So I hope that everyone will be supporting.